I love paper like a fax machine. No rims on the whip, but I still keep it waxed and clean. The little armor roll on them tires to give it that gleam. I'm on my grown man shit, I ain't tryna be seen. Real hitters on they calm shit, know what I mean. You stacking paper, but your source of income ain't clean. So why the fuck would you show off, bringing heat to yourself? You get bagged, you ask me, you defeated yourself. Had everybody in your business, from the bums to the bitches, to the snitches, to the cops, to the killers with the biscuits that'll trunk you for them digits. Or they might take it further, kidnap one of your kinfolk, pay up or it's a murder. All that, cause you wanna show people you all at. Me, I fall back, let it all stack. Closet full of clothes, shoes on all racks. Walking real light, I ain't got nothing to prove, I'm just enjoying my life. Fly out to Vegas, I'm enjoying my nights. And the days that I stayed, ain't gotta let nobody know that I'm paid. It's a hit and run game, you either get in or get out, or you'll be on your way to the grave or the big house. And either one is fun, you'll find out when you get there. Wishing you picked a better career, a better career. Neither one is fun, you'll find out when you get there. Wishing you picked a better career, a better career.
We expose secret. When you hear it, peep it. Or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose secret. When you hear it, peep it. Or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose secret. When you hear it, peep it. Or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose secret. When you hear it, peep it. Or stay ignorant on that sheep shit.
Loose lips sink ships. When niggas start dropping knowledge, why you act like a bitch? You feeling tough? Swallow these pills, digest these gems. Chakra means wheels, the real spin is more than just rims. The first name of God in the Bible is Elohim, meaning these beings, we seeing reflections of them. You hear the mark of the beast, you hear that all the time. This is the mark of Yah, talk about that 999. Slice of ginger every day, B, it's good for your shine. When you charge up off that sun gazing, all the wicked go blind. The pale focus moon people, not the soul design. That sensitivity, different soul, but everything's in the mind. Ether, water, fire, earth and air. 88 constellations, 64 squares. Know what you're living for, unlock the furious 5. Your hands tell on judgment day, or you've done when you were alive. This is a expose, are you fact or you fiction? Life is sacred and every action is your definition.
Listen, I suppress how I express when I smoke. Cause most folk got depressed when I spoke. I expose the truth with proof in every choke. I cut the fat off the facts with acts I invoke. Every lyric revealing we the people need their healing. Putting power in political hands, but most concealing their weapons, their plans. Won't revolt the feeding land, but you'll vote for a man who stands on glass ceilings, or women who support the system in his talk and his plot to pick us off the planet with dark dealings. Damn it, you know they planned it. They underhanded, don't get caught in bought feelings. That's paid advertising, media making lies ring. Ears appear surviving, years of fears aligning. Tears in your eyes dividing. Got you fighting for your life or sacrifice for providing. The love is the vice you devised in. Reestablish human status, reviving. Conscious like Joey Badass, revising. Life-loving legacy is pleasantly surprising. In times when the honey is heavy in your mind, man, I take a toke and choke from my folk like Pac. Drop the liquor for what he considered nigga. Never ignorant, getting goals accomplished, that's my trigger. And I ain't a monkey on the run with a gun or a rich cracker nigga. I'm an outlaw RBG gorilla. Outlaw RBG gorilla. We expose secret. When you hear it, peep it. Or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose secret. When you hear it, peep it. Or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose secret. When you hear it, peep it. Or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose secret. When you hear it, peep it. Or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose secret. When you hear it, peep it. Or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose secret. When you hear it, peep it. Or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose secret. When you hear it, peep it. Or stay ignorant on that sheep shit. We expose secret. When you hear it, peep it. Or stay ignorant on that sheep shit.
Peace, 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 power, peace to the God, war on the devil. Peace in your mind's power. Find what you do with that power, make you evil or divine. I choose divinity each and every time. So, I'm Sun DA GR8, the God correspondent, and it's the Hardcorrespondant Podcast. I'm on the road. I'm actually out handling family business, but you know, the show must go on, especially today being the day. As you can see, the video, only video shot at now the old Georgia Godstones. Something happened to one of them. It blew up today or something this morning, early in the dawn. Boom. You know what I'm saying? And I believe it was the Swahili one side that I was actually at the end of the video sitting at. So signs and symbols. What does it mean? I know what it means to me. But yeah, we had to come on today and talk about that a little something. We had to also come on and talk about Awake the Rapper. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I wish I had my phone because I'd like to get some feedback from the people. You know what I mean? On what you think is real and not real. You know what I mean? One of the aspects in the what is that? The 10 is the 10 virtues Ma'at is know the difference between the real and the unreal. You know what I'm saying? So what is it? You know what I mean? What's going on here? And you know, especially on White Privilege Day, the illusion of White Privilege Day. Yes, they was really acting up. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of interesting. But I hope everybody can hear me good. We actually waiting on my brother Poetix to come through. Speak of the God, and the God walks in. Yes. So tonight's show, again, you know how I feel about poetry, how I feel about spoken word, its connection with hip-hop, conscious hip-hop specifically, and understanding the power of the word from creation to those that and the matter that has been created from it, the things that matter. And so poetry, spoken word, the word itself helps the understanding, and overstanding of it helps open up the lane for motivational vocal expressionists like myself, MCs, real cats who is saying something with substance, character, and quality on their music, but even outside of the music, just building what the griots would do and bring forth the messages to the people and give them their lessons, you know what I'm saying, in their stories. And so poetry is always represented properly here on this show. And this evening, and yeah, I know we're starting late, y'all, you know what I'm saying, so we ain't gonna even hold on to it. This evening we have Poetix. The brother is ridiculous with the words all over the world, especially here in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And he's not just this brother here behind the microphone, behind the screen, but this brother on the street. He get it in. We're gonna get into that a little bit or something. If you've seen him on the last one, you know a little something, but we're gonna get a little bit more into it this time. And he's an author, you know what I'm saying? He's community. Listen, I'm gonna let him tell you again why he's qualified to be on this show. Peace to the God, war on the devil. What's good, my brother? Salute.
Peace, good brother. I appreciate you having me on yet again. You're right. It's been a little bit since the last time I was on. I know it was short, but you know what I mean. We got to be able to build and communicate in that period of time, and now we're back again. So I do appreciate you having me on again, brother, for sure.
Yes, it's my pleasure. Hold on, I know what you're looking for now. I didn't know what you were looking for. Yeah, so my apologies. So real quick, give him a little synopsis about who you are, what you do, and how you affect the community, both on the microphone and off.
And you know, I, at this point in time, I like to go a little bit deeper into the things that are going on and things that we've been building these last, because I believe the last time we were actually on here, I was in the truck. I was in the truck, I was on the road, and I was in the process of putting brick on top of brick for a certain business that we were building up. You know what I mean? And to speak to the organizational skills of our community, to everyone that's putting things together, that always takes a certain amount of time, commitment, sacrifice. It always takes a lot out of us. As me, as an individual, I am a spoken word artist. I'm a visionary. We have projects out as far as short films. We have spoken word productions that have been introduced to the community. We have a community outreach. Is going to be a VIP production. Village Inspired Poets. We're gonna have 9 poets that's going to be performing at the end of this month, July. Shout out 31st.
to Sincere and Milk. Shout out to my brothers and Milk.
Yes, sir. My man Milk, my man B Rock, Pharaoh, She Bars, Sabrina.
Yeah. Shout out to She Bars.
I gotta get everybody in there. You know what I mean? With all due respect. But we have a way of being able to connect with the community.
Right.
Now, there's many levels, as you know, of being able to, impact the community. And one of the ways is being able to be a representative of our griots. One thing that, and I'll always hold forever with me, is one of the things my mother told me before I moved down to Atlanta, is that you are a descendant of the griots. You have a responsibility to tell the stories of the ones that came before you. You have a responsibility to speak the truth that exists, of the ones who came before you. So with that being said, poetry has been a passion for me. It's been a channel and a medium for us to express not only our feelings and our energies, but the energies and the feelings of the ones that came before us. So for sure, we're big on representing our culture. We're big on representing the people that come before us. I'm an artist. I'm a visionary. We have creative productions. I'm a business owner. We have a podcast that's gonna be airing pretty soon. I'm not really big on talking about myself, so I'm gonna stop there. But you already know, as we all know, we show up for each other. You know what I mean? We show up for in different ways, because it takes many different avenues to do what we do. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm part of it.
You see, everybody see, I knew he had more, but even what I was giving out wasn't enough, so I had to let him go ahead and do that. So understand,
you just gotta be here. You just gotta be here. And it's good to see you at local events. It's good to see you at the Malcolm X. It's good to see you at the Juneteenth. It's good to see you on the corners. It's good to see you. And that's what people gotta understand. When you're putting on this program, you're not just doing this from the comfort of your own home. You're really in the boots on the ground. You're out there on the streets talking to people. You're out there in the community. And that's something that, gets overlooked sometimes. So, you know what I'm saying? We want to give you your flowers for real.
Hey, I take machetes. Flowers for the dead, machetes for the living. We at war. But I appreciate love you. I appreciate love that, man. You're saying, you know what I mean? But this is how I know who to ask to even come on the show. You know what I'm saying? Because in the same, we're seeing the reflection of people getting things done and accomplished, people doing things, what they can do, how I can assist this way. This is how I can assist you in getting that done. You coming on the show and talking about what you're doing and assisting me and helping the community to manifest. So this is, this is how we're supposed to do this in this socialized experiment that they have us here. You know what I mean? Every tool is a weapon if you know what to do with it. So you know what I'm saying?
And if I could touch on that for 1 second, man. I mean, if you really do the background, the knowledge, the reading of it, at a certain point in time, our greatest resource was each other. You know what I mean? That was our greatest resource to the land, was the ability to cooperate. And that's a 2-part word. It's a cooperate with other people. That was when we were at our greatest. That was when we had our highest point, our glories, when we were able to cooperate and build together. So the abilities for you to display that right now is something that has to be able to catch on. You know what I mean? For everybody.
Factuals. So with the work that you do, and you said you were working last time we talked, you were working to get your business, your trucking business, and get that up, you know, personal. But then I just heard you say that you're dealing with movies, and we know you shot a short film that is critically acclaimed. I like to say that, you know what I'm saying? If y'all ain't seen it, ain't heard it yet, you mean catch up. You know, don't be the mustard. Come check it out. And he's written a book or two, haven't you?
Yes. I have one book that's on the market right now. It had 2 editions to it.
Okay, that's what it was.
Book. It's the Spiritual Warfare, Inspiration of a Nation, first edition, and then the revisited version, which is Spiritual Warfare. That's the most recent copy.
So within that book, you have your thought patterns on what's going on, right? Now you wrote this book, let's say what, a year ago, 2 years ago, or in the process, you wrote it in the process, but last year is when it came out.
So I'll say this just for the record. I wrote the book originally. The first revised version was in 2017. I revisited it just to update it to the current status of our community and where we are. But all it did was reiterate those same messages, right, and ideas, but in a more modern sense. Yeah. More. I think it's more palpable, easily digestible sense. But yes, that was late last year where we published the revised version.
Now, with the things that, let's say, just happened today, yesterday, 2 days ago, you know, I'm not really a big current events type of dude. I like to see what happens. I like to assess what I know from the past when I seen things like this. I like to gather more information and then have a qualified thought pattern behind it. However, since I got a video at the Georgia Guidestones, and since I don't celebrate the 4th of July, and I know that it's White Illusion Privilege Day, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't have this thing, and they didn't have they're now fingering a white dude whose name is Awake the Rapper. You know what I'm saying? How does what you put in that book address what's going on right now? So,
and I'm glad you asked this question, man. One of the biggest
I couldn't wait to ask you this question.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. That's why it's right up front.
And this is maybe one of the biggest challenges that we face. One of the biggest challenges that we face, if not the biggest, is the impact of media on not only our lifestyle, but our thought patterns.
Right.
So the media is going to introduce a story to you, and they're going to want to provoke certain emotions out of you by them presenting these stories. Now, that's not to say these stories aren't real. But what you have to be able to do is be able to be objective in the view of these stories, right? So when I look at these stories, I'm not looking at the actual story itself. Mm-hmm. For us as a people, we have to look at the cause and effect of everything that's going on. We are easily stimulated by the programming. One day it's a shooting, the next day it's a robbery, another day it's a murder, everything like that. It keeps on attracting us. It's stimulating us every single time on the news, on the 6 o'clock news, on social media and everything. What we have to be able to do is distinguish between what is the news that is affecting us in our daily living and what is propaganda. So we're able to do that as a Black people. We understand what affects us in our daily, every day. Now, it's not easy to do that. And I understand it's not easy to do that, to separate mass media from our media. But what I want everyone to be able to do is to objectively look at the stories that they're telling you and look at the patterns.
Right.
there's an underlining agenda to everything. Now, you don't have to be a conspiracy theorist, or you don't have to, jump on that bag. But what you have to be able to do is objectively look at the media. Understand two things. They control all information that you receive. They control all information that you receive. So when you look at the information that you are being given, you have to hold it with a grain of salt. Outside of that, you got to understand the state and the climate of what we're living in. This is not rainbows and butterflies anymore. This is not Pleasantville. This is not kick your feet up. We are living in economic conditions. We are looking at global conditions. We are looking at climate conditions. When we're looking at war in different countries, when we're looking at, the inflation rate that's going on in the United States right now, when we're looking at these things as a community, it's not time to panic. It's time to lean on ourselves. It's time to lean on you know what? We're going to have to start producing resources for ourselves. We're going to actually have to start doing things for ourselves, creating our own opportunities. Now, I don't want to get the message misunderstood, because there are a lot of people that will reject, revolutionary action just because of the way we talk it. But when I talk to Black people, the most revolutionary thing you can do is build something and defend it. So when I start talking to people about building businesses, building opportunities, building these things, that's where my spoken word is gonna come in. That's where any message I have come in, and that's where anybody I talk to, that's what I'm gonna talk to them about. Building your own opportunities, because the environment that's around us right now are limiting who we are and what we are able to do. I know that's a little long-winded.
No, not at all. Hey, man,
I get passionate about it.
Hey, on this show, you are allowed to be long-winded, because I definitely am. So, it's all great. I want for my brothers what I want for myself. So, you know what I mean? No, and I knew you were gonna kind of go that way. Because of the media aspect, and the emotional pull that we all get. I think today,
it comes down to, it's a passion thing,
Yeah, we have the energy.
It's a passion thing.
We are connected. We're connected to the rest of the universe. So the energy that we hold on is immense, even when we don't know anything about it, even though we don't know to do it. And the way that they funnel things to us, in the same day that we hear about this news going on over here, what's going on and happening, and people have been talking about the CERN situation and what's going on happening, is the same day that they release the Woman King movie trailer out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which, when you look at it real quick, I done seen it 3 times. When you look at it real quick, you're going to see the love affair between the one warrior and the white dude. It's always going to be there, blah, blah, blah. But I've heard people say, what are they trying to do? Start a race war? And I would say to people, well, I read it like 20 years ago that it was going to try to do such and such because of the emotions of Black people and how we can be swayed one way or the other, and especially with things that don't even have anything to do with us for real. You know what I'm saying?
So this is my thing when it comes to people talking about a race war, right? It's how can I put this? It's more of a mind game than anything when they start to say race war. Number one, we didn't start this race division. That's number one. We didn't start this race division. If you check us back historically, we shared our knowledge and our resources with people who were considered friends, despite what they look like.
That's how they got there first. Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That we shared our knowledge and our accomplishments with the world. That's number one. Number two, it's only a race war through propaganda, because they want to divide us even more than they have, because their agenda is control and power. So if you have people who are divided and they have, and especially, and for us, the reason why we are so particularly pointed out is because we have a connection to the world that no one else has. And this is not an idea. It's not like a, oh, I love black people type thing. No, we have a connection to the world through the DNA in our skin, the carbon, the melanin that's in our skin. We have a connection to the world that people envy. So with all that being said, it's like, yeah, they could have their feelings towards it, but when it comes down to it, we don't have to worry about anybody else because they are their own entity, and we are our own entity. The greatest thing we can do is just build our entity, and we don't have to worry about anything else. We don't have to worry about any type of outside system, because if you look at it historically, we've been the power, we've been the generation, we've generated every other economic system. Even to this day, we are accountable for almost $13 trillion of spending power. That money alone is what is powering the United States economic system. So if you take that power away from them, what do you have? You have $13 trillion worth of black people of economic spending power. The problem is not that we're not here and we don't have the power. The problem is we don't have the leadership and we don't have the organization.
I would agree. This is what I like to tell people. In war, one of the ways you fight is by blockade and starvation.
Right. War of attrition.
Yeah. In the war, and in war of attrition, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you tough enough to wait it out, you know what I'm saying, and still keep yourself fit, they gonna take the loss. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the food. And so for me, Africa is feeding the globe. The connection to Africa, helping the decolonization of Africa and the decolonization of the African mind all over, especially here in America, is also part of that decolonization, and it helps starve them out. You know what I'm saying? So we help starve them out on the far. We help starve them out here by not sharing our funds with them, even though it's got their faces on them. You know what I'm saying? When we share our funds and our resources of who we are, we share it with each other, and then we can function and starve them out, which is the reason why they wanted to deal with the integration in the first place, to take what we already had.
Yeah. That's a good point to bring up. You know what I mean? Because for people that understand almost, the history of it, there's a lot of millennials that don't understand where this came from. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I've noticed. There's a lot of millennials that don't understand where this stance came from. And when you start to talk to people about we had our own ability to create an economic force. We had our ability to create economics. We had our ability to have imports and exports. If you go through our history, there have been concerted attacks on our ability to create wealth and resources. Let's not leave that out of history. And so for everybody else that comes on right now, for me and you, we understand that as the mission. We understand that that's going to be the pivotal point of where we go from now on, especially now. And I say this all the time, and I say it again. These days right now, this year, next year, these 2 to 3 years are going to shape the next 30 years of our existence. Yeah, because of the way it is. And it's time for us to be able to stand, put a I wouldn't say a flagship because there's so much global activity, but we need to put a footprint on industry, on something that can generate wealth for us as a community. How easy is it? Not easy at all, but guess what? It's never been meant to be easy.
My daddy used to tell me, whoever told you that it was going to be easy told you a horrible lie.
A horrible lie.
Because trauma and friction is the thing that creates the next level. You got to go to the next level or drop to a lower level. One or the other.
That's a beautiful.
You need to do that. So you know what I'm saying? People, like, I like to see the best out of everything. You know what I'm saying? I like to say this. For instance, them blowing up the Georgia Guidestones, and we just shot a video less than 5 months ago there, means that we're the only people that have video. So, That's a good thing for me.
Right.
I'm gonna promote my video. Now,
I got you.
You mean,
Right.
could you say that such and such in their art? Well, first of all, I was there, and I thought it was art enough that I would shoot a video there. Did you guys shoot a video? No. Then don't talk to me about how whatever I thought was art. And if you missed it, go watch my video. You see what I'm saying? I'm looking for the best in the situation. Even to the point where, because you said spiritual warfare, right? So in the book, so even to the point where they want to smash atoms together and create and open up and do some other shit that we don't even know what. That, we know that we know that we don't know everything of why they're doing what they're doing, but we know that they know they probably shouldn't do that and they're gonna do it anyhow. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you brought that up too, right? The spiritual warfare aspect of it, because it takes it to another level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whole nother level. Once we start talking about that level, we start talking about the energies that our creations reverberate.
Mm-hmm.
So for instance, right? Mount Rushmore. The American Mount Rushmore, the iconic Mount Rushmore with four figureheads of whoever the fuck is on there. That is not only an iconic symbol, it generates a certain energy. Why does it generate a certain energy? Because every single time you look at it, whether you like it or you don't like it, it invokes a response. It means that you're being affected by a certain energy. Now, you might not see it, might see a reverberation, but you're affected by it. We move off of vibration. This is why I tell people it's so important for us to be represented, because we have to be able to reverberate that same energy in each and every one of our brothers and sisters. The same energy that every patriot feels when they look at the Mount Rushmore or when they salute to an American flag. We have to instill that same type of energy in our people for our own cause. Because if you could go back in history, and I love going back in history when when the Haitians had their revolution, when they preyed upon, and honestly, Haitians are some of the people that I look up to the most in terms of their pride, in terms of what they stood for and what they fought for, because they prayed to the ancestors for their answers, because they never lost their way. That
the only win.
That presented a certain energy. You know what I'm saying?
The only win in history, my people. The only win.
Right. What they were able to do with it, they took over parts of America. People don't understand that part of history.
Yeah.
They took over parts of America. They took over parts of Europe that black people have never seen control over. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you start to appreciate the energy that they put into it, when you start to appreciate how they did it, you understood that it was all energetic. We had an understanding of who we are, the energy that we produce. And when these people, these Caucasians, these Europeans came over and they stole our understanding. They stole our knowledge. They stole our representation. They started doing it in ways that they did not understand. And they convinced us that we didn't know. They erased our mind. So when we start looking at some of the symbols throughout America, like the catechist of the medical field, the snakes in it, and the snake that's wrapped around it, that's a Kemetic symbol. That goes back to ancient Egypt. So they stole our history, they stole our understanding, and then gave it back to us. But they could not remake the meaning. They could not remake the essence. So that essence still lives inside of us. They try to recreate it when they have their Mount Rushmores. Why do you think they made a Mount Rushmore? It's because they saw the pyramids.
Right.
Why they saw the pyramids and they wanted to make Mount Rushmore. They saw the ancient Egypt, the architecture, the architecture that it took, and they made faces on the side of the mountain. They try to recreate what we did
every time,
and they made faces on the side of the mountain. The point I'm trying to make here is that until you look at it from a certain perspective, you'll never see the value in who we are. They try to copy us, and they did a piss poor job of it. But that only talks to how great we were, how great we are, because that same DNA, that same understanding, that same ability to recreate the creativity that exists within our very DNA is what propels the world. And until we put that on a platform for people to say openly, like Tupac said at one time, he said, yo, our music, our movies, and our tragedies all entertain the world.
Mm-hmm.
And until we start to put it in that perspective, like, yo, everything that we are made the world. And we are the world. All we have to do is realize for ourselves, you know?
That's the reason why there's such a oppressive movement toward what we do, toward the arts specifically, because the arts, a civilization is only as high as its artistic ability. You know what I'm saying? And you can only hold that stability through the respect of its mother and its woman. So when the woman and the art are both on a downgrade, that's how they know when civilization is this particular aspect of whatever civilization is on its fall. And so but the good thing about the fall is when they fall off, that leaves the room for us to, continue to do and give shine or give direction. That leadership that you were talking about earlier. This is what these are how the leaders become recognized, because they just doing it, and they've been just doing it. And so when a tragedy comes, there's only two people. There's only some people. There's only a certain person that you can ask if something happens in your neighborhood. Everybody knows who that person is, even if they don't never call on this dude or woman.
Right.
But when something happens, you go to them. That's the instinctive leader. That's exactly who, because they've been doing it. They've been doing it. You've been showing them. You've been having them.
And nothing. We have a model of responsibilities of men, women, elderly. We have the responsibility of the ones who take responsibility for certain things. We used to have that. We don't have that anymore under this.
Right.
In this Western culture, there's no more responsibility in the community to the greater community. And a lot of that is because we become very industrial dependent, and we've been depending on a lot of industrial solutions, buying this and paying for this, to the point where we don't need each other. We don't need each other in that aspect anymore, and we lose the value of who we are. You know what I'm saying? We lose the value of other people. You know what I mean? And so for our communities that we go on and we start to, build and start to invest in, we have to make sure that we sustain that importance of who we are to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, she called me up and like, yo, my alarm is going off. I got an alert that says my ADT alarm is going off. Now this is very simple. It's simplified. Don't get me wrong. It's not nothing crazy. I didn't throw in no cape or anything.
Right. No.
She asked me to come over and check on her house. It was good. Cut off the alarm and I'm by my way. But it's that type of looking out for others in the community that has to become something that we practice and that we preach. You know what I mean? Because it's not people that are wrong. It's the education that the people have received. The criminal is not wrong. It's his understanding of life that's wrong. You know what I'm saying?
I want to say this, though. Going and checking on somebody's house when they're not there, male or female, is a supreme Heru movement, making it a superhero action. And because it's the hero who looks out for the other people when they don't have to. Why would they have to? They can live beyond and do whatever they want in their own means. But going and looking after people who can't do that, they can do. You know what I'm saying? It makes it happen. And the reason I say that is because we're in a time where superheroes, supreme Herus is the necessity for not just the survival, but the success into the next movement, next generation, next level of what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? So, and recognizing that's what it is from this perspective, but also saying there's levels to that, but that's still on the level of doing something that is supreme and heroish. You know what I'm saying? I gotta call it out and say, yo, because they knew who to call. They knew who to call.
No, you're right. Right. No, you're 100% right. And one of the biggest things is that the act of heroism doesn't have to be a grand act.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's kind of where that same thinking comes from. It's like if it's my responsibility, it's my responsibility. Don't applaud me for it. Then sure, we give credit where credit is due. But responsibility is meant to be upheld. You know what I mean? And I know we live in such a divided time. And I think that's one of the biggest things that works against us as a community.
That's a nice way to say it. That's a nice way to say it. You're being nice about it. Divided time.
Right.
You mean there's no accountability or responsibility for anything right now. They're mad. They're mad that somebody's trying to take away the responsibility, their ability to be unresponsible in giving and taking away life.
And I'm always, because guess what? Then this is the thing that I've learned and I love. The dark is the dark, and it's meant to be the dark, and the light.
You coming in and out right now. You was coming in and out right now. You said
light
the
cannot exist without the dark,
right.
and the dark cannot exist
without the light.
So in anything that you look at, you have to look for both.
Right.
So when I look at life, I look for both. I look at the in the dark. Now, would I understand? Say again.
No. You were coming in and out. You coming in and out.
All right. The dark is the dark. The dark, but the dark cannot exist without the light, and the light cannot exist with the dark. So you must learn both. You must learn both of both light and dark. And so when I look at the world, I look at this. Although there are situations, they ain't. Is that better?
Are you pausing? You froze. Hello? Yeah, I'm here.
Pausing.
You're pausing and you're freezing.
Not.
Let me see if I mute my mic, maybe that's it. Hold on.
Just because I said some real shit they ain't trying to hear.
Wait, my fault. I muted my mic. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, there they go again. Listen, cut it out, y'all. Mind your business. You can't stop ours. You know what I'm saying? But it's seeing both aspects, seeing where it comes from. You know what it could do, but you also have a respect for it. You mean such and such.
So this is all I'm saying, right? When it comes down to us being able to build something, we gotta know what the outside factors are and that are going to keep us from building something. Mm-hmm. A lot of it is media. 99.9% of it is media and perception. Mm-hmm. So if we could get past that, if we could get to the raw of people, you know what I'm saying? There's certain energies that are being put out into the world. And everyone should be aware of this. Whether they put the energy out through your TV screen, whether they put the energy out with their education, whether they put the energy out. When we talk about being putting energy out, anything that can move you is an energy.
Right.
You know.
Pausing again. You pausing again.
It's an energy. It's a vibration. That's the thing that people gotta understand. And this life is moved up. Your emotions are just simply vibrations, and emotions are simply just. Man, I'm talking too much for him.
That's all.
But anyway,
it's all good.
All in all, be aware of the things that you put out into the world. You know what I mean? Just be aware of the things that you put out in the world. That's all. I ain't gonna do too much. They gonna can't hear me.
So look, this is what we're gonna do. I know Knowledge Born he handling business too. Peace to the God, Knowledgeborn Allah. You know what I'm saying? We getting a little choppiness. Maybe we can jump in there, you know what I'm saying? When you feel like it, when you see it chop up again, jump in with a video. We're gonna see if we can get this.
I remember the ancestors, the hunters, the gatherers. It seems primitive, but I'm just reminiscing. See, before the power struggle, we had roles and purpose to fulfill. And I remember selfless contributions. I remember who was shooting in the gym and who wore the team flag. Before Belgium divided the Hutus and the Tutsis. Before King Leopold collected the hands of the Congo. I remember who gave it all they had. Who stayed true, who stood tall, toe-to-toe to the red, white, and blue. And when we were yelling, don't shoot, I remember who stood their ground when Trayvon went down. Who took a stand when Sandra Bland went missing from action like the masses incarcerated. I hope the distance hasn't given you amnesia. What they wanted us to forget? This bloodline and a long list of legacies, the dynasties and the treasure buried deep beneath. See, before this is all over, our freedom will be the new history. Before this is all over, they'll drop to a knee ever so humbly. This is Colin Kaepernick with the fitted hat backwards. Do-rags, wave caps, bring back the camo and the steel toe versus the suit and tie. Matter of fact, get fly how you want to. But when the script gets flipped, remember we said this. Remember the Alamo. Remember Jim Crow. Remember Plessy versus Ferguson. Remember Dorothy Counts. Remember heavyweight bouts. I remember Ali took on the government and went the distance. Excuse me, I'm just reminiscing, but I remember they called it 3/5 of men. From Harriet Tubman to Rosa Parks, I remember black women. Angela Davis rocked the fro. Huey had one too. Stokely Carmichael preached politics. Excuse me. Brother Kwame Ture, the politics delayed the enlightenment. But one thing about truth, it always shines the brightest. In the middle of the night when things seem the darkest, I remember pain, passion, and who sparked this. I remember swinging with our backs against the wall. I remember the last words of a dying man, stand tall. I can't fight this anymore. I remember the sacrifice. I remember being up at night. I remember the will, the might, the sit-ins that meant standing up for what's right. And when we marched on Washington, we didn't numb pain. We came, we tamed, be slain just to regain, rename, growls, fangs, howls, all in our Father's name. I remember Yahweh, connected to a higher power, all praises to it, all mazes lead into it. Intuition, that is. See, they try to confuse us with loose change. They say they want peace and love. Fine. Right after we reclaim. See, they changed the game when they introduced interest and inflation. Profit off the idea of capitalism. Just another form of feudalism. Only difference is optimism. Oh my God. All these isms. But I see them. Running in circles, doing the most. Take out your pens and pads, ladies and gents. I know it's a little early for final exams, but I'm here to reach you. See, we cling on to the idea of what it means to be successful because they determine the physical value of the things they try to keep from you. The elegance, the luxury, the classy. And speaking of class, if you were determined to be lower, then you would be regarded as last. And that's how the devil did it. He played with the ego of man and hoped that you would forget it. But I remember the light, the love, the grace, the mercy, the place of peace, the promise made to the streets. I remember who gave it all they had and asked for the least. I remember who that dared that made war with the beast. I remember the prayers before the feast, Father, hallelujah. I remember.
Y'all saw that Poetix.com. Hopefully we got everything fixed. Hopefully they stop messing with us a little something.
Hey, what's going on, bro? We still on here, bro?
We were just kids. We were just kids. All we knew was Saturday morning cartoons, playground rules, and the pretty girls you used to want to talk to. And it all went down at the lunch table or after school. But as we grew through, we got introduced to a cold world with poor morals. We couldn't wait to be grown. Now we raising children wishing we could be like them. Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. All young and innocent. And now life ain't like they said it would be. Not your life, or my life, but reality. And the newscast on the TV screen keeps reporting tragedy after tragedy, telling us how it's so sad to see. Flip a couple more channels, and the anchor man talking about an upcoming presidential election. That's my bullshit. They must be pandering for that black vote again, just so they could promise us everything, but deliver us nothing. Same old rhetoric after rhetoric, telling us how to all be different if we just select one of them. Now to the untrained eye, it would seem like life was meant to be like this. A rat race, dog eat dog, an eye for an eye. I don't want to compete with you. You were my dog, you was in my left titty. Scream, ride or die, thought you would die with me. Now there's a war, and you ain't on the side with me. And this rat race seems like a waste of time and energy. Eye for an eye. Dog, they use racism to hide patriotism, them to ask rich folks to solve poor problems like they ain't the ones that created them. See, my problem with politicians? They give you an image and they paint it red or blue. But the real picture is much bigger and there's more colors on the spectrum. And I know they lying and money by policy, so how I'm supposed to respect them? They give you the wrong perception. Now everybody on edge because they use fear as a weapon. Can you even imagine the world from a different perspective? Without the struggle? Just individuals trying to make do? But the truth for most is too much to handle. So dear Miss America, fuck you. For all those lies you disguise, putting in my mind it'll all be fine if I fall in line and get a 9 to 5. If I just pay tithing and taxes, everything will be all right then. But those Benjamins and Jacksons got my brothers up hustling just to quiet the stomach rumblings. So dear Miss America, fuck you. For distracting me with bad acting and main attractions and lines lasting for centuries, told the infants to get them to join your infantries. For keeping me stalled while Wall Street remains money hungry. Sally Mae, AES to the IRS trying to collect debt. Feels like they're coming for me. Well, come and get me. I will give my life to defy your lies and rewrite history. History. History.
How old is he?
Peace, power. Yeah. We black on here, y'all. We black on here. Listen, man. Dear Miss America, fuck you. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
You already know.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's proper right there. What I like, what I always like is the vision given, like you're explaining it. You have a talent for explaining exactly why you're about to say or why you just said what it was, and it's undeniable. You know what I'm saying? And so I like the smooth, pungent aspect that you give it. You know what I mean? You smooth with it, but that shit just punch them in their mouth. So I love that shit. And then, you know what I'm saying? It's off the mic. He's part of the black guard. So, you know, which one is it? You know what I'm saying? You don't want none of that neither. You know what I'm saying? So me and my brother Biz Bronze, word to Biz. You know what I'm saying? Word to Biz, rest in peace, Biz. You know what I'm saying? We used to have this thing called pyramid field stock. which means we were spiritual and intelligent enough to build the pyramids, but we were tough enough to work that field. You know what I mean? Be the people who's, you know, field niggas. You know what I'm saying? But also the fighters, the maroons. You know what I'm saying? We all of those things put together. And so when I see a brother of your caliber, you mean, who builds with the intellect and protects the people, that just puts me in the same lines of, you know what I mean, letting you know you family stock, you pyramid field stock, God. You know what I'm saying? And we love welcoming you to the family of intellect and force, intellect and force. You know what I'm saying? You muted.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. I appreciate the love. And honestly, one thing that I've always appreciated since I came down here about 4 or 5 years ago is the community, the brothers that support you, the like-mindedness. You know what I mean? Because honestly, if you listen to the narrative, you listen to the mainstream, you're gonna be just torn in different directions, because they have a way of presenting themselves as the only options out there. But until we actually start to look at, and I'm not a proponent, I'm not the one to say, oh, let's go back to exactly how we did things, 3,000, 4,000 years ago. But what I would say is, let's go look at our ancestors. Let's go study our ancestors. We go look at that so we can recreate something for ourselves, because the things that they got going on nowadays, if y'all don't see the red flags that's going on in the world today, it's gonna be a rough ride. It's gonna be a rough ride. You know what I mean? And that's something that we all need to prepare for. And it's on us. It's on us. The speakers, the griots, the ones that make people. You put it to a beat, I do it a cappella.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the message is the same.
Yeah.
The message is the same.
It is.
Find that power inside yourself and build it. You know what I mean? So without going too much into a rally cry, but yeah, man, that's it. That's the message, man.
Rally to cry, bro. Rally to cry. You know what I'm saying? Let them know.
Rally cry.
So
we're gonna have plenty of time for that. We're gonna have plenty of time for that, brother. I promise you that. We're gonna have plenty of time for the rally cry, because situations are getting more extreme, and we're getting deeper into this sleep state. So when these situations start to poke their heads out, and this is the craziest thing, it's going to come in so subtle of ways. When we start to look at the rent moratorium, when people start to having to be kicked out of their houses for not being able to pay rent, we may look at it like, oh man, it's just this isolated incident. But if you attach that with a water crisis, if you attach that to a housing crisis, if you attach that to a food crisis, we got to be able to look at the environment that we're in,
right,
and intelligently respond to it, and that's what we call for the brothers and sisters that know what's going on. You don't got to have all the answers. You don't even got to know everything that's going on. All you got to know is that you have the heart and desire and the passion to make sure that your people have resources to survive, because that's what this is all about. This is what it's all about. This is about population control. This is about population decreasing. This is about controlling resources, controlling power. The mission is clear. Either build for ourselves or jump off the bridge. That's my message. Build for us, help us build us, brick on top of brick, or jump off the bridge. Go somewhere else. Because at this point, you ain't got no other option.
It's Captain Revolt to die over here, so I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? They be killing you all anyhow. You know what I'm saying? And revolt.
And honestly, yo, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. But I don't want to come off so cold-hearted. I don't want to come off as unsympathetic or unempathetic. I want you to understand that I'll give you my greatest sympathy and I gave you my greatest understanding. But if you're not here to build what we are here to build, go that way. It's not heartlessness. It's just purposeness. And that's the energy I want to move in. Not heartlessness, purposeness.
So even in revolt, because I love double and triple entendres, right? So You know what I mean?
Right.
Like my brother brought it out. He says when you revolt something, you give it a volt, you give it a double dose of that voltage. You know what I'm saying? So we ancestrally giving giving it the energy of the ancestors to revolt. You know what I'm saying? Or you're going to die. You're going to die out. They're going to die out. You're not going to hear from them. They're not going to hear from you. It's going to go. But I'm not even talking about our death. I'm talking about revolt. This is what it is. Or die. Them. They got to go. You know what I'm saying? When I revolt, I'm concentrating on myself and what we need to do. Their death is going to be their death, genetically, whatever it may be. They already know it. That's why they acting the fuck up right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the double entendre to that is this. And the same token, you know what I'm saying? When after everybody gets done doing everything else and we get down to, oh shit, we got to fight. All right. You're going to hear revolt to die. You know what I'm saying? If you don't never have to get to there, then cool.
Wow.
But if we do get that,
recycling that saying, right?
Exactly. Shout out to Rebel Vision Television. What's up, man?
Hey, Rebel Vision. You already know.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the Rebel crew. You know what I'm saying? Rebel and Kenwado Knowledge. You know what I'm saying? The guests they had, Obasi, everybody in that Black Dot Circle, man. Shout out to all of them. Shout out to Black
Circle in the building.
Black Circle, yeah. Shout out to Black Circle. You know what I'm saying? I know for sure, and this is one thing that I've been able to, and I'm very grateful for, is be surrounded by men that have the same ideas and same like-mindedness.
Right.
It's something that it's not just about having like a plan. It's about actually caring for the brother that's next to you. Caring for the brother next to you so much that you would sacrifice for them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that it'll be shown in battle more so than anything. But you could get a good understanding of who's going to be there and who's not going to be there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when we start to talk about the things we're talking about, and let's just be honest about it, man. There's very powder puff cupcake ways of talking about liberation. You know what I mean? You could pander to the crowd, you could be politically correct and things like that. But if you're being honest, they don't understand the story. They don't understand the lifestyle. They don't understand the sacrifices that go on at being Black in America. Right. That's why we speak about it so freely, because they have no idea what it is. They just talk about it. Mm-hmm. But for the people who really, are in that, and it's not always a struggle. There's beautiful parts of our community. There's beautiful parts of our people. They just never put them on TV. They just never put it on the 6 o'clock news. There's beautiful parts about what we have created out of nothing. So when you start talking about public housing, when you start talking about, economic crisis, when you start talking, we here in Atlanta, people have made jobs and opportunities out of nothing, and they created them out of themselves. People have created platforms for themselves. So it's not about what we are capable of, what we're not capable of doing. It's about what we are projected as, what we are what the people see us as. But shout out to every single person who, despite what has been casted upon us, in terms of, this superficiality and their what's the word there? Their stereotypes. For the people that have operated outside of that, shout out to them, because we keep moving forward. You know how many people talk about the conscious community and they talk shit about the conscious community?
Yeah, I see. I hear it.
Not realizing that no matter right or wrong, consciousness is something to be valued. Okay, you might have came up against a brother who might have not been as conscious as he might have wanted to be. Right.
But he even thought he was. Right.
That doesn't devalue consciousness. That doesn't devalue understanding what the fuck we're living in. You know what I mean? So
truthfully, it shows how unconscious they are about consciousness in themselves. Because the law of allowance say you have to see where a person is and respect their development. If you're more developed than that, then you pull them on. If you're not as developed as they are, then you sit back and see where they are as you develop yourself. But even passing judgment on somebody else because of where they're at in their development is completely unconscious in itself. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get you. Yep, and it becomes a reflection.
Yeah.
And at that point, it becomes a reflection. You know, and how are we going to deal with that man in the mirror? When you were speaking, it kind of went out. It started to vibrate differently.
It's doing it right now.
We're touching on things that are vibrationally sensitive. Because what we're talking about is empowerment.
Oh, can y'all hear me? Man, you look at that. You see how it is? It be getting like that, man, over here. It get hot, it get fire. You know what I'm saying? We high vibing. We be doing that, bringing forth the information, bringing forth, you know what I'm saying, solutions, bringing forth ideas that when you apply these ideas, you'll see why we're talking about them like this. But we are in a day and time where if you're not prepared for anything that could happen, you should get prepared for anything that can happen. And it ain't just in the physical material world we speak it. But they're all interconnected. And so what we do, even on this show, what you seen was an interconnection of words, of thoughts, of actions, of a vibration of material, of, you know what I mean, from their projection and control of your thoughts, which is everything is mental from the door. Thought is the most powerful. So if they're controlling your thought, they're controlling the God in you, you know? And so now we're telling you and showing you the outskirts of not just, you know what I'm saying, one brother, but two brothers, three brothers, because we're coming from a whole group and crew together of brothers who have that type of energy and of control of thought and action and responsibility and accountability. And so when we start reciting these words and throwing them forward to you in, you know what I mean, in a concentrated form, they're going to react or make something in you respond one way or the other, repel you or pull you in. They repel you, then you know where you're going, you know whose side you're, but they pull you in, then it's, you know, we on squad right now. And now we squad building. And when that squad building starts to happen, they got to shut things down, disrupt it. But you cannot disrupt the hand of the creative force, the source of the universe. You can't. All you're doing is showing your hand on whose side you on. And when the universe feel like collecting, my ancestors demand payment. You know what I'm saying? So, respark so you don't die. Get connected, reconnected to your ancestors so their life and your life can be tied in to the life in the future and your seeds and your legacy. I'm going to hold out for a little bit, see what's happening, see if he can get back on. I don't know where it's at. But while we're waiting for him, so let me tell you some of the things I saw in the past couple of days. I seen some lightning, or what's supposed to be lightning, in the sky, over the ocean, Atlantic Ocean, I believe. And it was, now peep this, in the same spot every time. It went on for about a half an hour. And it was hitting every 30 to 40 seconds. Same spot. Orange, lights, flashes of lights. I got it on film too. Now here's my thing. When do you know, first of all, lightning is striking the same spot? And when do you know to do on a time situation. Not only that, there was no thunder going on either. This was interesting. Seen some other things in the sky the next day, like, I don't know, streams of light from a hologram type thing. It was very interesting. I heard a big bang yesterday out in the same area, you know, the next day. And then today, military helicopters flying around. We looking at it like, yo, why that camo helicopter flying? About 4 of them flew, and then the fifth helicopter that flew was a black one. Yeah. So, you know, I'm just paying attention, y'all, and passing to you as the hard correspondent what I'm seeing with my own eyes, passing the information. I think these are exciting times. A lot of people get scared and nervous when things like this happen. Oh, never get scared and nervous. Never. I'll put it to you like this. If somebody has an overview of this planet and they can see energy forces, if your energy is right, they're going to know you not the problem. All right? Just if. This is just if. All right? And they've watching from above. They've been watching for a minute now, seeing who is the problem. They're seeing who's doing whatever they're doing right now to cause a disruption in the universe, gender-wise, displacing and splicing of atoms, disease-wise. They see it. Why would you be worried about some other entity or being or something else outside of you and your ancestors being right and connected with each other happening if you are right and just in your world? If you reckon, if you recognize Ma'at, and you are following in the zone of Ma'at, the 7 laws of the universe, the 10 virtues of Ma'at, the 42 positive affirmations of Ma'at, if you are doing those things, which have been done for thousands of years before you were born, me too. Anybody watching this, anybody, if you're watching this right now, thousands of years before you were born, these things applied and functioned the world in a proper way. For thousands of years. Not 4,000, but for a bunch of years, these things will help the world function properly through the people and the respect of the planet. These rules are not laws that we're following here in this society. They're going to break and fall. But the laws of the universe, the 10 virtues of Ma'at, and the 42 admirations will still be here as proof of and truth of ways and actions. How you build those energies so that you are protected by the red, the black, and the green. As mystical as it may sound, the actual appliance of these tools becomes your weapon in the future and right now. Yes, there's a bunch of other things that have to be done as well. But know this, when you do what you need to do, you are setting yourself in the proper way, in the proper zone to be protected in the area that counts the most. Your thought, then your action, your energy, henceforth your spirit. Preserving the soul, aka your ancestral heritage. And doing it in physical form and application on this land. Red, black, and green is the key. It's been what's funny that y'all didn't heard it. You know, I was raised on it. Red, black, and green, you know what I mean? With the Ankh is the key. But it really is. It really is, y'all. So that combination of what we need to do together. Cooperative economics today. Yesterday, collective work and responsibility. Cooperative economics. You know what I mean? Co-opting. You know what I mean? It's an operation. You operate, now you're operating together. And we continue to build on that. Finding the people that you need to operate with. Removing yourself from the people that you don't. But reassuring that the people you are operating with are within the fold and the community who is helping the community not to fold. These are simple, 11:22 right now. I just seen it. Yeah, it was good. So these are things that need to be in the discussion on a daily basis. These are the things that the griots were speaking on in the past and passing on the information so that the children would remember these stories and apply that story into their life, in their actions. This is where we at right now. And there is a heap of physical retribution, chickens coming home to roost there type things, that is definitely on its way. In the same token, there is a pile of unseen energy still functioning that has been created by our ancestors that is like ours. They have offered it up to us and giving it to us that will get us through anything they got to throw at us. So there's absolutely no reason to fear. I rejoice into these times. And I look forward to seeing those who I know are going to hold up, show up. I don't look forward to seeing those who I know are not going to show up, go the other way. But I do look forward to those who are going to be with us, rocking it out, and succeeding at the end. I'm saying so. Okay, it's 11:24. I don't think my brother's going to be able to get back on here. IamPoetix.com. IamPoetix.com. One word. Please reach out to my brother. Reach out and show him, you know what I'm saying, your support in all the artistic things he do. We were going to speak on and bring in, this is crazy it happens like this. He's part of a group called Black Guard. I don't know if anybody's seen some of the pictures that I had from the Malcolm X festival, but I was with a bunch of brothers who was on to the T in protection. You know what I mean, walking around doing that, man. You know what I mean, there's a group of black folk. You got to watch out for them white dudes running around in the hood with all the camo on. Well, they was there to make sure that none of that was happening, and I see them at plenty of events doing that. So, you know what I mean, obviously they got, of course I'm asking them to come on and talk. My brother is part of that, and his brothers were going to come on, or he was going to build on it a little bit, and we should be having them, I believe, come through soon. I'm not going to tell you a date and time because, you know what I mean, lots of different things is happening. We may have to hold on. It's a special show tonight. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, the Black Guard is doing their thing in the defense and the protection. You know, I'm POP, Protect All People. That's one of the groups and organizations I see doing that in multiple spots. So much respect and love to them, you know. And what else we got, man? I was hoping to get into that with him. I mean, well, let's talk about it a little something. So, just looking at the information. They're shooting, another shooting. They can't let black people have nothing, right? They even want to take the bad guy role. You know what I'm saying? First, you think of fling the bad guy role on us with the dude and said, oh, this dude over here shot these police. We had to blow him up. So there's no witnesses to whatever it is. So the bad guy. Now they want to make it a rap thing, but put a white face on that too. Like you give them, you give rap community, you mean, don't melt in your mouth, melts in your mouth, not melts in your hands, this guy, right? And then as the king, and now you're gonna put this dude here as and then now watch out for those woke type rappers, watch out for, you know what I mean, anybody speaking on, like, come on, man, you all been doing that. COINTELPRO been doing that shit, man. Blah, blah, blah. Move away with me from that shit. You know what I'm saying? BIE, whatever. Bye-bye. That's what I say to that, man. Don't be afraid to say what you need to say to get the thing done, because the proper propaganda is a necessity for the people listening while they're getting things accomplished. Reading a book. Hey, do I have it right here? Part of my shorts, y'all. Part of my shorts. It's right here. Music is the weapon of the future. Okay. And it's talking about a lot of the African artists who were politically in line with the freedoms and the decolonizing of African nations. And the relationships between music and political kings, presidents, all that. You know what I mean? In Africa, in different countries in Africa, and how the music is always played. See, they can give you a paper that you can read, this newspaper, but in Africa, a lot of people in the marketplace use that paper to wrap up their fish. But while they're wrapping up the fish with the paper that got this information on, they're listening to the music over and over and over and over again, telling them which direction to go to and not to go to. That's why this music, Muse Think, as I call it, is a very critical weapon, tool used against us and used by us for us, but used by them against us at the same time. So you got to make your choices. And in doing so, be dedicated to your purpose. Because they're dedicated to their purpose in the destruction, the removal, the depressing and oppressing of the original man, the original woman's spirit, but not our genetics. Now, don't that look stupid? I know you're out here listening, so for the European American listener, why do you think you see so much negativity of black folk on your TV? You think we're all like that? Do you? That's interesting. I mean, you see it. Don't act like you don't. Every time you turn on, why do you see? What you mean? You see it in the music that they allow you to see from us. But if you watch this show, you watch this platform. You see on this platform, there's other music that ain't that music at all. But you never see it anywhere else. Why is that? That's for you. For you, black cats on the outside, white cats design on the inside, you guys. Why do you think they got you like that? Why do you think they made you think that making it in their system is making it for real? Why do you think that is? Why do you think they tell you that their shit is more important than everybody else's? Why? Okay, y'all. Because if we knew how important our system was and how important we are to the planet and the cosmos, you couldn't tell us anything about what your system would do. We're not listening. So they got to keep you listening to the other thing, the garbage that keep you rocking and rolling in their system. But it's a system and a program. How satisfying is it to your soul and your spirit in what you're doing? Where's you at with that, people? Hold on, let me peep the 11:33. I'm liking these double numbers here. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving it. So, no, I don't think that dude did it right now. I didn't see any evidence that he did anything yet. So if you have evidence about Awake the Rapper, let me know. Let me see so I can check it out. I didn't see any evidence yet. But I don't think he did it. I think he's a scapegoat for right now. Just the way he got out of the car when they pulled him over. Like, that ain't the way a guilty person get out the car with guns on them. That's the way somebody who doesn't know anything about what's going on, is nervous about what they're doing, gets out of the car because they don't know why you're going on. Gets and is completely compliant. You know what I'm saying? I didn't hear that they chased him from the scene of the crime. I didn't hear that somebody saw him coming out with a gun. I didn't hear any of that. I heard somebody saw him in the area and they went looking him up. Bam, he did it. Come on, man. Y'all don't know these cats at Mo. You don't know that they got their own mercenaries driving around in Chicago, Detroit, New York, Atlanta, Philadelphia, busting off, looked up, dressed up like black folk. You don't know that they blew their own towers up to get control over shit? Come on, man. You don't know about Lee Harvey Oswald? These cats don't change their MO, man. It's the same thing every time. A different angle of the same thing every time. If your ass was black and you was out there celebrating the 4th of July and you got busted, yeah. What was you doing out there on the 4th of July? Celebrating. You know why you got busted? Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome got your ass busted. If you heard I was celebrating, that's a worldwide lie. But it's very interesting that they're using Awake the rapper. Yeah, okay. So let's look the flip side of that. Let's awake the rappers. You know what I'm saying? You ain't hear that message, y'all? Wake up. You ain't seeing them, you mean? That's the New World Order, John. They trying to knock the stones down, whatever. You ain't hearing the alarms ring. My man said the red flags. You ain't seen the red flags? If you seen them and you nervous, the perpetual like smile on my face is because people like myself, for real, doesn't matter what the situation is. I'm dealing with the universe. I'm dealing with my ancestors. I'm dealing with the ancient ones. I'm dealing with the science of self and the responsibility of my actions. I'm dealing with the knowledge of there is no death. It's only transition. I'm looking to my archetype of Desaline for information. Bookman Dan Dada. You know what I'm saying? Bookman Sunjata, you know, and looking at these perspectives as witness and as examples of no matter what the time and date and situation is in, liberation, freedom, winning is not just a possibility. It's a probability going about it this way. It's only a possibility and not really probable going about it the colonizer's way. Okay, that's the colonizer's way is the ones who have taught you what you think you know right now, and so that you can function in the system that they created. The proper way is the ancestor way that's outside of the system that they created, but was already in the system of the universe, which is a bigger situation. Small system, major system, minute system, universally cosmic system. You want to go low or you want to go high? Which one you want to do? So I bring these things up so that you can recognize that there's two, like you said, there's a light and a dark. So what's the other side of this? You know what I mean? Hear the messages in the whirlwind, the tsunami coming. Yeah. Shout out to Contra Coast. Let me make sure I got that right. Make sure I got them right. You know what I mean? Let me look this up real quick. Make sure I got it right. You know what I'm saying? I'll be flipping things on purpose. I mean, purposely accidental. Where that? Yeah, Coast Contra, my fault. Shout out to Coast Contra. They've been rocking out for about 6 years doing their thing. You know what I mean? Y'all just seen it, my man with the hair up, with the crazy verse. You know what I mean? Lyrical. But they're much more than just those verses that you see. I mean, I'm bringing this up because this is younger brothers bringing forth that same energy that the Vengeance is bringing. They doing it from a younger standpoint, and it's very, very admirable and very respectable and very deserves merit. So I'm giving out machetes to Coast Contra Look them up. Coach Contra, they're ridiculous, artistic wise. I mean, they flows, they double, triple entendres, they metaphors, they similes. It's ridiculous. In the days and times where these young folk ain't doing that, salute. All right. With that being said, we got from the 14th to the 18th, especially on the 16th in Jacksonville, Florida, DJ Godstick, aka Tostick, is going to be on the wheels on the 16th in the back. I'm on stage repping Do the Knowledge Radio. I'm repping Outlaw RBG. I'm repping Pyramid Field Stock. I'm repping Vengers. I'm repping all my peoples. You know what I'm saying? Coming through. I'm going to get on that stage. Fleet DJ Conference. Make sure you get your ticket to come on through. You know what I mean? There's going to be a plethora of artists there. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a contest, but but if you are an artist, there's going to be a plethora of DJs worldwide going to be there. So you're going to want to come through, drop your information off, make sure they know you. That Vengeance mixtape is going to be all through that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just getting everybody hyped and getting them ready for my John vintage season coming soon. You know what I'm saying? We were going to have an early release, but now we're going to push that back. And I think I got like 3 more videos coming, y'all. I got to give it to you. 3 more videos. You know what I'm saying? So wait for it. In the meantime, after that, we're in Reading, Pennsylvania at Stone Cliff. Come check us out the 23rd of July from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Come holla at us. After that, I'm in Philadelphia, PA, August the 6th, Malcolm X Park, repping African Liberation Day. It's like a homecoming for me, you know what I'm saying? G-Town, my part of town. I graduated from MLK, but I went to Reading, PA, so I started out in the 6th Ward, you know what I'm saying, and ended up in G-Town, and, you know, did the thing. So anyhow, going through there. After that, I do believe that there's something going on. Well, let me see that. Let me check this real quick because I'm on air. And I know he just got it to me. He just sent it. Let me see what this is. Brother Ken Wardle, always coming through, rocking. Hold up. Yeah, there it goes. August 13th at noon. Where is it? Speaker Bassi. 2nd Annual African Nationalist Pan-African Caravan. Brought to you by the Black Circle and the UNIA Atlanta Chapter. Pardon me. August 13th at noon. Join us as we caravan through the West End and show African pride. Contact Obasi at IG at, come on, man. IG at I speak the truth 39, or Kenwardo Moore at Pappy 404, John Hargrove, and they just got his number on here. 678-631-9404. BYOF and celebrate African heritage. Boom. So I wanted to make sure I got that readout because he be sending me stuff, and sometimes, you know what I mean, I'll be saying just my things, but not giving you other things. And I think it's important. It's just like it was important for Marcus Garvey to roam through the streets. It's important to shine this, especially now, the red, black, and green flag into the eyes and showing the heart and the fortitude just to walk that, yo, we're here. Been here 100 years. This is the solution. Come get with this. We organized enough to do this and, come through. So make sure you go do that. So that's the 13th of August. After that, you got August 27th, which is the RBG Music Fest, headlining Tahir RBG, Zaid Malik, Big Said just got put on there. Myself is on there, of course. Mike Chambers is on there. Rock and Moose is on there. This is a big joint. You know what I'm saying? Natural Onyx is on there. Boomy is on there. Ken Tex is on there. Rashidi on there. Terry Miller's on there. Man, who else on there? There's so many people on this joint. You don't want to miss this thing, man. You do not want to miss this. This is like the birth of a nation. Pun intended. Pun intended. You know what I'm saying? So don't miss that. And don't miss the 28th, which is the 7th anniversary of Do the Knowledge Radio coming through. Yeah. Me forgot. We should start off with this. Hold on. 3K for 3K. 3K for 3K. Donate to this to the station. We got them up all over. 3K for 3K, 3K for 3K. That's $3,000 for 3,000 shows. Because Do the Knowledge Radio, knowledgebornallah, has been on 7 years and is about to get to his 3,000 shows. 3K for 3K. So it's a fundraiser to do the things in the community that he's been doing and to be able to keep bringing this platform to you with plethora of information all the time on all of these shows. The music as well. You know what I'm saying? So what's up with that? We need to, make sure you reach out to that. Also, Vengeance is also going to be October the 8th at Black Dot. They're having a Black Dot bookstore in Lithonia. They're going to be having a show, concert there. Vengeance is coming through. We're going to do a little something there too. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure that we got it, that you got to see it. But we're going to definitely rock out the RBG Music Festival and just make it happen, man. Got things, man. We got an album. Oh, yeah. Pre-order. Listen, shout out to Mental Sun. Shout out to who pre-ordered the Vintage Season album, and which means he already got his digital download copy of the EP for the Red 9. That's the EP, not the mixtape version. But the mixtape, you can go to Mixcloud, the DJ Ty Stick, One Arm Assassin, Mixcloud page, and pull up that Red 9, the beginning, the mixtape. Man, we just busy, man. Constantly out here getting to work it. Shout out to my brother Frost. You know what I mean? Frost Deep Thought up in Reading. Shout his video Hood Nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's certified. That's my brother right there. And he been in it, you know what I mean, doing his thing 20-something years. You know what I'm saying? He that energy that DMX left the space for. You know what I'm saying? He's really, you know what I mean, that energy. So check him out. Frost, Deep Thought. Check him out. Hardcore rap. You know how I feel about that. I love that shit. So, yeah, man. We got a bunch of things happening. As always, constantly rocking. Don't forget Friday. Every Friday, you go on to fleetradio.com, and Friday morning 9:00, check out DJ Ty Stick's show on the radio. You know what I'm saying? He got a mix show on there, and make sure you big him up, shout him out. You know what I mean? Donate something. You want your music played on the joint, you're gonna have to holler at him throw them a couple of, throw them a couple of donations, you know what I'm saying, and get your music played. It's an FM, it's Fleet DJs own, you know what I mean? That means thousands of DJs and people are listening to it across the world. Come on. Believe in yourself. Where you at? Invest in yourself. Where you at? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's kind of where we at right now. I ain't staying on here. I'm gonna tell you all this right now. Where we at? Yeah, we're not gonna stay on here too much longer. I'm handling family business, but I had to make sure that my brother Poetix came through, and y'all got to see and rock with him. They tried to shut us down a little something, but you can't do that to us. So all right, so with that being said, my people, look them up, check them out. Okay. Poets are important. If you have a poet in your area, go support the poets. If you don't have poets in your area, or they don't have events and you can supply an event space for them, put it together. Put the event space for your poets. Raise the culture and the vibration of your area wherever you're at. This is community work. High vibing is what's going to save the lives in the long run. So raise that. Get that up there, y'all. I just realized my camera's up there and I've been looking down here like y'all can, like I'm looking at me, looking at y'all. But anyhow, raise that. I don't like being all up close like this at times. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. But raise the vibration of your area, of your community, by bringing positive words and word form on a regular basis, into where you're at, into your ears. As much negativity as we get on a regular basis. Put it together, people. Bring the poets, the conscious MCs forward for the salvation of your energy and soul. That's what I'm saying. That's where we at with it. I'm leaving like little segments so that I can, my brother, my physical right there can just jump on in there and go to whatever we need to go to. Check out Do the Knowledge video. Matter of fact, what I need my people to do, right? I need you to go to Exposing the Secrets, the video, and I need you to share it, and I need you to hashtag this. Hashtag Georgia Guidestones. Hashtag Awake the Rapper. Hashtag Sun DA GR8. All with no, all one word. Sun DA GR8. Hashtag DJ Tastic. Hashtag Do the Knowledge Radio. I need you to hashtag them Jones. And just push that video. Push it out there. Push it. You know what I'm saying? It's time. We got the only video that I know of, to my knowledge, music video with the now original Guidestones. Because they're going to probably put it back up there, but they're going to have to recreate it. It ain't the original. We got the original. You know what I'm saying? So, and we was there exposing the secret. If you ain't peep it, then you probably just sheeple on repeat it. Yeah, the smile, the smirk is like, he's smirking like he knows something everybody don't. No, I know something that me and my people know. If you my people, you know it. Then you know why I'm smiling. You don't know? You don't know why I'm smiling? Well, you better get with my people and find out. That's what I'm telling you. All right. Yeah. What it do? What time is it? We got 4 minutes, right? My thoughts of the night. Never be scared of the thing that everybody's afraid of. Never be scared of the thing that everybody's afraid of. If they're afraid of that thing, it has power over them. If you're not scared of that thing that has power over them, you have power over it. Think about that. Think about it right there. You got it? Oh, man, I'm hungry right now, y'all. Like I said, I'm in handling some family business. And so I had to take a break from the family business to handle this business with my family. And now I'm finna be out of here, so I can go back to handling my family business or bring it forward, bring it black like that. Keep that eye out for the Avengers. If you want to get your Avengers album, the EP, right? If you want to get your Avengers EP, you must pre-order my album. And that's simply by going to Plathandent, PLATHANDENT @gmail.com. PLATHANDENT @gmail.com. Let me know in there that you want a pre-order album. You see my Cash App right there, $STGR8. You mean, send that 20 off. Let me see that there screenshot. Make sure you put your address in the email. I will send you instantaneously the digital download for the EP. For Avengers Red 9. You will be on the list to get the actual copy signed by myself of the Vintage Season album, and you will get a copy of the Avengers Red 9, which may have a couple signatures on there as well. Physical form. They were limited editions. We're only printing up a couple of CDs. We're definitely going to have vinyl. But these are the first print limited editions of what we're doing. All right. We will have another one that we do this again, but we're only doing a few right now. So if you want one, hit me up. I got you. Got you. You can hit myself up. You can hit DJ Tastic up. We got you. You can hit one of the Avengers up. They're going to show you what to do, how to get in touch with it. Blah, we got you. But you got to pre-order my album to get it. See how that works? All right. Salute. And if we don't get no videos by the time I count to 10, I'm shutting it down. It's been a pleasure, my people. I'm out of here. Word to Biz, Russ Blade, Malik Kalam, Salute, Outlaw RBG General, and my father, Sam Brown Jr. I'm out of here, y'all. Enjoy your night.